human female holding a megaphone and a orc male banging a drum. Below them, maybe 1,000 protesters are chanting anti-corporate court sayings. The scene set in the night, so one of the protesters strikes a flare, raises their arm, and the camera pans upward as the smoke coalesces into the logo, Network of Shadows, Season 16, Episode 4, Weary Traveler. The screen goes dark. Yeah, you guys have a montage of you guys living your daily lives. And eventually you get a notification for a virtual meet that'll happen in about an hour.
A virtual?
Yes, fully on the Matrix.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Rabbit will get into her car and just have it drive around town.
Okay.
Dolos is going to do everything except share his location.
Yeah, Rabbit will put a DNI on.
Decoy will hop into his armored vehicle and head that way. And I'll accept DNI if anyone's presenting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dolos presents.
Cypher will be running a program to make sure that he can't be traced. His location can't be traced while he's appears for the meet.
You the meet location turns out to be on the it's a weird host. It's not quite the X Firewatch host. It's more like it's transformed into like the Ares Resistance host. I think at first you're concerned because it looks like this host is the Ares host, but it becomes very quickly apparent that someone went to the Foundation just pwned this host away from Ares. Yeah. Do you guys want to log in? The meet's going to be about 4 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. As you log in, you're sort of transponded into a slice of Americana almost. There is this bungalow that looks. You sort of spawn in the gazebo. Looking behind you, there's the bungalow, probably about a 4-bedroom, 4-bath building, small but reasonable size, with a wraparound porch. 2 UCAS flags hang on either side of the pathway. Your eyes sort of follow the pathway, and it leads down to a pier overlooking a lake. You see forest on the other side of the lake. There's various recreational boats. And there's a fishing hut in front of you near the lake. Yeah, that's the host. And I think the Johnson beckons you over to like a barbecue pit that personas are cooking around.
And Dolos approaches.
Rabbit also approaches. You would notice that her Matrix avatar is almost little elf with a mysteriously flowing dress, like gray, translucent hair. Effectively, she looks like a archetypical banshee.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know how to play the game.
Cypher's Matrix persona is like a blend of like samurai-esque, ninja-esque sort of tropes in black, grey, and dark blue.
Yeah, Decoy is approaching, and his Matrix avatar is a werewolf.
You cut out. Vex.
Yep.
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. I said Decoy is approaching, and his Matrix avatar is a werewolf.
Okay. Yeah, they as you guys approach, I think a human male offers a bit weirded out by your personas, but the Johnson says they're with you and sort of shrugs and hands you all a nice cold beer and offers hot dog or burger.
By the way, just Dolus's persona is sort of a lot more Fey-like than a normal human. Sort of too thin, too white skin, kind of like bone, almost in texture.
Rabbit says burger, but she has a voice filter on her voice that makes it sound like this raspy, evil sounding voice.
Decoy will request a burger.
Cypher will say burger as well, but he'll like just be doing like sort of like a Christian Bale Batman voice, without like an actual voice filter engaged.
Nice. Decoy.
Yeah, he'll request a burger, and he's gonna chow down on that.
All right.
Dolus will also have a burger.
And for the record, the beer that you're handed is a Budweiser. I do not want to give the impression that there's something fancy beer going on here. It's straight up Budweiser. Bud Light, in fact.
Dolus tries to hold down his mild disgruntlement at this.
Yeah. So the female Hume Johnson sort of takes you over to like a picnic blanket that she's set up a bit farther away from the rest of the cookout and other personas. It seems like the personas, as you guys leave the cookout area, sort of a concrete pad with this grill on it. Seems like the personas are discussing various ways to resist the bug infection areas. There seems to be very robust resistance from both people inside and out of the company. Yeah, you're led to this you're led onto this lawn. It's perfectly kept, this lawn. Sort of that fluffiness of grass that you only get when you put just a lot of product on your grass. I'm talking the type of fluffy grass that you only really get when you obsessively manage your lawn. But it's very nice to lay on. Johnson starts eating her hamburger and but looks sad for a moment and says, "Cause I miss this stuff. Ares used to be like this. In real life, it was nice."
Dolus tries to give sort of a sympathetic nod. It's not what he really feels, just...
You know how the Super Squirt was developed, right?
The what?
The Ares Super Squirt.
No.
At the company, one of the company picnics, we had a massive war gun fight, and then one of the weapons engineers said, "Hey, we can soup this up and put chemicals in it." And that's how I got the super squirt. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but on to business. When Ares was struggling after the Excalibur projects failed, we started contracting Horizon. One of the things they started doing was trying to make the Firewatch, those who weren't actively in the field anymore, into sort of faces for the company. I was involved in training Firewatch, so I was no longer doing operations. And yeah, I got extensively interviewed by this person at Horizon. As she tried to build a profile and persona for me. And yeah, we formed a close friendship over our conversations. I've lost contact with her, or rather, I still have her number, but I fear I bring internal affairs upon her if I give her a call. But I also know she'll help, and part of this war against bugs is a perception war. Right now, Ares still looks like it's protecting the world to the general public. We need to change that to have the hope of defeating the bugs. And she has the skill set to do it. And she'll be willing to help us.
What's the name of this friend of yours?
I'm not comfortable sharing that before we make an agreement.
If we talk to her, do we actually need to extract her, or is it... Will she come voluntarily? Is basically my question.
She'll come voluntarily. I don't expect any true hiccups. She'll probably just need help dealing with, if she chooses to come burning her sin, maybe helping her move out and not raise suspicion moving her stuff. Yeah.
Decoy would like to judge intentions on that.
I'll also do judge intentions.
Success on judge intentions.
She's definitely telling the truth. She's maybe being a bit hopeful of the situation. But she isn't out to screw you guys over. That said, she doesn't really have. She truly thinks that there'll be no complications, but she doesn't have very reliable information. She's going off a lot of hope and hope. She's going off a lot of hope and a vision of how the operation go rather than any operational knowledge.
So this is a willing extraction.
It definitely it is definitely a willing extraction. Oh, that was in character. Sorry.
Do those exist?
I've done one or two in my time. This is what she's really going to do.
I'm not resetting it.
Dolos is just looking absolutely shocked.
Well, only in the sense that we're very close friends, and I'm sure she's worried about me. I sort of disappeared off the radar. Um, when Ares started turning my regional brands into Bug, I bailed as quickly as I could. I was lucky that Shadowrunners came to my aid. Um, I'm highly, highly confident if she knew what was going on. And please tell her the full story. You might have to convince her.
I can do that.
Convince her that I'm sending you. But when she knows the story, I'm fully confident she'll come willingly. It's getting her away from Horizon is the problem, but I'm sure that can be worked out.
First off, let's get down to brass tacks. How much are you willing to pay for this?
I'm not exactly flush with New Yen, and I truly don't see it being too difficult of a task. So I hope that 10 for each of you is enough.
Dolos denies the rest if they think he should try and argue it up to 15.
Yeah, I can help you out with that.
Cypher gives like the sort of like go ahead to try and get a better offer if you can.
You're really quiet, Dice Mage.
So out of
Okay.
character, I'm going to try to help you with teamwork.
Try to help me with what? You cut out.
Teamwork?
Yeah. Sorry, just trying to. I don't get any of my bonuses, do I? Wait, do I get Cool Resolve and Authoritative Turn?
Cool Resolve. Yeah, Matrix conversations are weird. My understanding is that no, but you should thread it. Yeah.
Because from what I know it just adds it on. From what I know in the rules, it says that it adds on to all social tests. But I'll leave that up to you.
Well, so like Core Resolve, is it like improved ability where it's like self-directed magic?
Cool Resolve. Adepts with this power are extremely confident and self-assured in social interactions. This includes situations such as
that would apply.
negotiations.
That applies to yourself then.
Okay, so authoritative tone wouldn't though, right?
Yeah.
So
Authoritative tone is magic itself, making your voice sound better.
what
Vex?
Decoy will say is there any possibility we can get a expense account for any unforeseen expenses we come across?
I ain't a corporation, Summer. We're a commune of sorts, hiding out from Ares.
How about we just sort that out as an extra 5k per person? We are going into Horizon. Horizon aren't the most easy to deal with, let's be honest. I think an extra 5k is a reasonable request.
All right. Roll negotiation.
Um,
And you get an extra dice for me.
7 hits. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just rolling my dice.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Um, 25. Oh no, I did that wrong. She'll look around and say, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really made of that new yet, but I have connections with every member of the Ares Resistance and X Firewatch. Um, I can get you. I can get you hooked up with X Firewatch Deckers, X Firewatch Intel people. Very skilled people who can aid you on future runs.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yes, that's acceptable.
And just to be clear, this is 10,000 a piece, correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think the contacts are a good sweetener.
So now that we've got the business issues out of the way, is there any information more that you can give us? Location, any kind of schedule we should be looking at well, not capture, but to acquire the target at? Um, Anything that could help us at all.
And her name, if possible, now that we've made the agreement.
In a picture as well.
Just send a picture and say Angie Hodge.
Do you know where she is?
She'll be in the Seattle Horizon building, most likely.
Once I have her name, I'd like to begin performing a matrix search on like her social media accounts and other sorts of public information.
Okay.
That's like a level 1, I believe.
Okay, just so it's only 60. It's only a 60-second search, so get it shortly. Not quite yet, but shortly.
Okay.
I guess John's gonna say, respond. What other information do you want to know about her?
Do you know her schedule, when she's going to be in the office, when she's going to be at home, work schedule, that sort of thing?
Her role was sort of to work with Ares to help manage their persona, so it was chaotic. Um, Whenever Ares would release new product or have an incident or have a success, she would fly out and deal with best extract value from that in terms of public relations. Yeah, she's almost on call 24/7.
Does she have a specific place she likes to hang out outside of work?
Sort of smile and say, no, she's a bit of a workaholic, and Horizon keeps a close watch on people in terms of their P2.1 scores. Um, um, yeah, it's Horizon culture is so weird. I couldn't stand it. She basically had to make sure she was always looking like she was working for the corporation. Otherwise, people would downvote her on social media, and she could lose her job over downvotes. Can you imagine working in an environment like that?
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Do you have a way to contact her? Comlink number, or anything like that? Matrix place she hangs out in the Matrix?
I have a comic number, yes.
Is there anything? Is she under watch to the degree that she can't walk out of the building?
Well, that's the fragging crazy thing about fragging P2.1. When we are talking to her, she was explaining Horizon culture, and it's insane. Like if you walk out the building and go buy shoes from let's say she went and brought shoes from Wuxing, people would and another Horizon employee saw you buying shoes from Wuxing, that Horizon employee would downvote you, post a comment. Other people see that fragging comment, downvote you, and then you'll be a fragging junior. Next thing you know, it's not so much that she's under watch per se. It's the whole every fragging employee in Horizon's fragging under watch.
What name should we give her?
Um,
That is, who should we tell her has organized this extraction?
when I worked with Ares, I went by Kathy White. Um, um,
Rabbit will ask over D and I if anyone else has any further questions for the Johnson.
they'll say reinforcing point. They'll say like we had a bit of a informal lunch that wasn't about business, and she got downvoted by that. Everyone roll countercon.
You said roll countercon?
Yeah, so you're con.
Oh,
Would
no.
fast talk work?
Yeah,
Wait, fast talk works?
doesn't. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
I have a bit of a cold. Apology.
Oh, this is going to be terrible.
Rolling 1d6 does not seem like a safe decision.
I know, yeah.
To Decoy and Delos, that informal lunch seemed more than a lunch. It seemed more along lines of a date than of informal lunch. She's trying to hide the nature of their relationship, but it seemed obvious to your characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just a romantic of all of it.
Yeah.
And you want us to get her out of there. And where do you want us to bring her?
I'm organizing another run with runners from Seattle. I have a contact, and she'll give a name. I have a rigger who's going to drive the team and her across country. I'm in West Virginia. I'm calling you guys from West Virginia right now.
Good to know.
I have a question for you. Do you have a inside joke or anything that only you and her would know about? That way we can prove that we're there on your behalf.
Yeah, I still think her fragging ukulele is silly. She says in like a joking fashion.
That will help.
That's good to know. That should come in useful.
I'll also say she is a highly skilled social adept, capable of blending in as anyone. Um, um, so if she feels in danger, she might disappear as someone else.
Is there some way we could covertly get her attention, if such a case were to arise?
I'm uncertain about that.
Alright. Dolos DNIs the rest of the group if anyone has any other questions.
I have a few more questions. So, would you happen to know, or even be able to sketch out for us a layout of a facility, any kind of defenses that we should be worried about, what kind of magical defenses, decker defenses, physical defenses, that sort of thing?
Um, so under Ares policy, we couldn't, at least I couldn't go into other corporate uh, HQs. It was too risky, so we tended to meet in neutral locations. That said, when I worked for Ares, we did threat assessments and test scenarios. One of the striking things about Horizon is that if they are able to pick up on a threat, they're able to infiltrate the chain of command and of a fire group, and not only directly cause confusion by impersonating members of the fire group, but then degrade trust of the fire group as well. That's their specialty. Um, um, Also, I would any information you find about the facility, don't trust at first glance. Assume everything you know about that facility is misinformation. Besides that, in terms of physical threat, Horizon prefers non-lethal. Um, so their guards will be tend to fire stick and shock rounds, tasers, uh, shock batons. That said, they're extensively protected by knight errant as well. Um, 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 Outside their own corporate property, they sort of have um, a hardened shield just to sort of as a PR ploy. Horizon has its own security, but they've deployed knight errant in front of their buildings in order to boost knight errant appearance.
Sounds reasonable.
Would you be able to get us any kind of loose sketch of the facility at all? Do you know someone who worked there?
It's your standard corporate tower. Beyond that, no.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else have any questions?
No further questions.
None that pop into my head.
Well, here's my comm number. There's a small chance I may get geeked by Ares during the operation. The money's in escrow, and I left instructions in that eventuality, in case of that eventuality. If that does happen, it's nice working with you guys.
Also, one Oscar question. I'm guessing her comms are monitored.
It's this weird fragging P2.1. Everyone's monitored by everyone. It's not some organized
Unique.
surveillance team. It's just like if someone overhears her talking in the hallway and they don't like what they're hearing, she will be downvoted. And then she's telling me that if you're downvoted hard enough, people will investigate you formally. But she's not under specific surveillance now.
So Decoy will give her his comm link and say, if you do run into any issues, feel free to give me a call. I will be on the run to help you out if you have any issues at all.
I appreciate that, but I have Wolf's protection. I'll be okay.
With that, I believe we can take our leave and begin our planning stage.
Mm-hmm.
What did I pull up from my matrix search?
Oh yes. So it's one of the, I don't know if you've ever been on LinkedIn and like read some of the more fanciful titles, but she has one of those fanciful titles like integrating partner. She's like her. You basically pull up her LinkedIn page, and like she's a member of the Charisma Associates. She and she's sort of like a Seattle brand integrator and rejuvenation for the Ares contract. Yeah, she's sort of like brand rejuvenation specialist, working on the Ares contract.
I'm personally thinking we could go the social infiltration route.
Can I pull up any information, like scrolling through her social media feeds? Do I get anything that would indicate like where she enters work from, or like where she spends most of her day, like relative to the rest of the sort of like the office, as it were?
Interesting.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a like computer search, I can throw out some dice to help you.
He already did it. They just did level 1. Interesting. That's
Well, I can
interesting.
I can do a separate search if it would be something completely different.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about something. I want to see if they are.
Like if I could.
So I think she's scrubbed off the location of everything, but she it's basically, if you're working at Horizon's requirement to be a very, very active tweeter, like just an Instagrammer and all the other channels. It's all contained in P2.1, but it's like P2.1 is emerging in Twitter and Instagram and all that. She even has a vlog, and she'll post updates about where she is at the moment on social media. And scrolling through her social media, you find that there was a time where she was downvoted. It's sort of like P2.1 has like a as you scroll down, it shows like a plot of her P2.1 score. And you notice, like, as you scroll down, it's like, holy drac, her P2.1 score just took a nosedive at some point. You scroll to the post, and that's when people found out she followed Raccoon. And generally, in corporations, those who follow mentor spirits are a bit touchy because they have another influence other than the corporation.
I'd like to try and see if I can get like some kind of photo of her while she's at work, like something maybe near a window, and see if I can like extrapolate with like, you know,
You have her if you're
basically
looking for her. If you're looking for her office, like her official office address, you have that. She's on the 120th floor of the Horizon Tower in Seattle.
Sorry, can you repeat that one?
The 120th floor of the Horizon Tower. And you have an office number and a room number for where she sits. If that's what you're looking for.
Okay, yep, sweet.
It's just the nature of her work seems to have her all over Seattle.
So I'd like to do a matrix search. I want to find out if there was any work done on the building recently, if there's any subterranean structures they need permits for, or any of that sort of thing from the city, or anything like that.
That's interesting. Sure.
Toots.
Damn, do you have 9 dice? Or 11, I guess.
Next time when you're doing matrix search, declare the level you're going. I assume you're going for level 1. Surface level. I think in terms of any permitting with the building itself, I think the only thing that came about recently is that they had approval to essentially declare make it so that people need a permit to post a protest in front of their building. Um, 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 they seem like they're dealing with a protest group called Enduring Resistance for the longest time, and they finally, with the election of Miss Potter, one of the other corporations who wanted this and weren't sucking up to Brackhaven, all had permits like these approved. Subterranean. So I don't think there's any subterranean entrances. I do think they got approval for a street level interior loading dock. So basically, before the loading dock was a bit exposed to the outside, just as a fire concern. And while the corporations have protections on their own property, they can't be so flamboyant to the host nation state that they get revoked. So they tend to bend on things like obvious safety issues.
OSHA requirements.
Well, no, it's not so much OSHA requirements. They don't like if the thing is such a big deal that might impact the city as a whole, they'll sort of kind of ban fire. Fire's a big enough deal that it's they'll make some concessions, except MCT. MCT doesn't care about fire safety. Um, uh, but yeah, they recently got approval. It's not so much a permit; it's more like a formal request that their extraterritorial property include this feature. It's more of a thing of politeness that got approved. It's a internal, basically, when trash trucks go into the building, they actually like drive into the building itself. Um, so the trash can be handled in a hidden way, as Horizon likes. There is also underground parking as well.
What about any like metro links running underneath the building?
None in particular.
Well,
Horizon's a fairly new corp, so I don't think they had. I don't think they were around when they built the metro links in Seattle. Um, um, and I don't think they're lucky enough to get their building directly connected to the metro. It's close by, but it's not directly to
well, I
this.
wasn't talking about something connected. I'm just talking about something running underneath.
No, I don't think. Um, uh, I mean, there's a point where it gets close, but that's through several layers of concrete and soil.
Hmm.
It doesn't seem feasible to cut through.
Well, the trash truck thing could be a possible entry point.
So in the end, what like the P2.1 or whatever, the P2.0 system seems like the only real security they have on her. With
The
like
only thing
leaving the building.
the only thing that keeping her from walking out herself. Um,
So if the point here is to effectively permanently remove her from her corporation, which is what I think we're doing, the impact of the P2.1 system won't really do anything. So if we can manage to convince her that she needs to walk out, get the what we want her to know to her, then what problems are we facing after that?
Well, if we can get her isolated outside of the facility, then we can make the grab there. Only thing that would be stopping us is if there's any security forces following her around.
Now that at that point it will still be a lot easier, and since this is effectively a voluntary extraction, once she knows why we need her out, and she's she is, as we've been told, very good at disappearing into crowds.
so effectively, the challenge here is that there's no privacy at Horizon. Effectively,
Okay.
Given that on that note that there's no real privacy, I'd like to do a level 2 matrix search to do like a quick appraisement of like the social hierarchy, like figure out who her boss is, like who their boss is, like who are the important people in her office environment.
okay. Level 3, but yeah, sure.
Okay, level 3.
It's going to take you base time 30 minutes.
Let me just check something.
That search fails unless you want to edge.
Yeah, I think I'll edge it.
Don't you have down the rabbit hole?
Yes.
Does that trigger the effect? Let me check something. But yeah, you can continue edge.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to do it for. So Horizon hierarchy is really weird. Horizon works in sort of groups, and the person who leads the group is the person who leads the group is the person with the highest P2.1 score assigned to the task. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you about Horizon, because it's essentially a high school drama, The Corporation. What you find is that there's this orc. There's this orc called. There's this orc called Dale Milton, who is absolutely gunning for your target. Like this person finding any valid reason to get downvotes against her, and like organizing a fragging campaign. But they're co-workers as well. Like they work closely on the area's promotional thing. But the dude's also stabbing her in the back, but she's stabbing him in the back as well. The passive aggression levels, their public message is amazing. Yeah, there's no real hierarchy beyond that. I think there's someone overseeing the project by the name of Bobby is sort of overseeing the project, but Horizon's also very hands off with employee interactions. It's not so much a boss, more like just an advice. The hierarchy is sort of painted as like he's just a friendly advisor who wants to make sure that the team is successful. In fact, his like actual title is not VP. It's like it's project advisor. That's what his title is. But he's a VP. Just it's coded in Horizon trappings there.
This
Did I
Dell
answer your?
this Dell Mountain could be a potential point of weakness if we can get him on our side, saying that we're a separate corporation trying to extract her. He might be on board with that since he wants to get rid of her anyway.
Dice Mage, did I answer your question? Horizon's structure is
Yeah.
nebulous, so it's difficult to answer your question, but I hope I answered it.
Yep, I just basically wanted to know like the people who are sort of interest in her work environment, so that's pretty much what I was looking for.
She has a team. There's a team of 10 people working on this. Impression of the Seattle region of Ares. At least the leadership team. There's people underneath the leadership team as well. But those 10 people are sort of managing the project collectively. That's the other thing you notice. Like, there's no single manager for anything. Like, any individual person has like a team of managers managing their project. it's a nightmare of an organizational chart. Basically, that's what we figured out. There's like an advising team over her, and you realize that her teams are like split 50-50 over this internal backstabby, but very passive aggressive, but polite. To not incur downvotes on themselves. Social media battle that will determine one's pay grade.
Okay.
I'm thinking the issue, like, for Melton, Dale Melton, if he knows that we're trying to extract her, it's a possibility that it will be better for him to tell Horizon that someone's trying to extract one of their workers.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, he actually gains more from. I mean, if Angie is trying to be extracted, then she's going to lose her position probably anyway, because they're going to think that she's not reliable. But then if he also tells people that there's Shadowrunners working against Horizon, he probably gains more from that because he's getting like a bonus for proving his loyalty.
well, it depends on how
Yeah.
you spin the story.
Yes, I think a good possibility would be to make it seem like we're anonymous colleagues trying to embarrass her by getting her out of the building and interacting with unaffiliated individuals.
Yeah, we can be trying to affect her P2 whatever score.
And in that way, if he tells them, he gains nothing, and the conspiracy might even lose him points. But if he joins, well, he's helping drop her P21 score.
Out of curiosity, Burst, would there be a way for me as a hacker to try and basically like simulate like the downvoting of someone's P21 score? Is there some way for me to affect that?
Those are plot level questions.
Can we get some Russian bots
I
on this?
think doing it directly, you need to doing it directly at some point involves a rating 12 host. That's going to be extra spicy. In terms of spice level.
Okay.
But you could easily fake. You could that's the actual P2.1 host that monitors the actual number. It's probably very secure. The tangentially connected, it's sort of like, are you a Facebook user?
Yeah.
It's sort of like Facebook itself is really, really strong. The connected apps to Facebook, which you have to have, and like you look like a scrub if you haven't connected your Instagram to your Facebook, especially in Horizon. You need to have you need to be on Gram. If you're not on Gram, you're nobody in Horizon. The connected apps are a much more valid target, less spicy. And posting something on there embarrassing. Basically, the tactic you want to do is have other users downvote her based on something fake you post on her account via hacking a connected service, social media service that's on a weaker host.
But if I tried to do something like that, would I need to get marks on her like comlink?
No, be an edit file on whichever social media host.
Okay. Good to know.
Well, if you got enough downvotes, she'd get kicked out of the company, and then that solves our problem for us.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but the thing is, we were told that enough downvotes would result in an investigation first, from what I remember, which would result in the hack being discovered.
Well, I assume if she like up and disappears, there's going to be an investigation anyway. It's just a matter of.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, but we don't want an
investigation.
investigation while she's still there.
I mean, the investigation would result in her not being fired and the hack being discovered.
You're feeding back tech. Can you repeat that?
Essentially, we don't want to launch an investigation while she's still there, because we need to get her out before they realize we've extracted her, essentially.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to hack the social media account. All you need is a bunch of bots to downvote her.
But still, my point is the investigation would reveal that the downvotes are from a non-legit source, and thus she wouldn't get fired.
Well, one other thing we can do is downvote the Dale Melton guy.
Well, I was thinking if she's reluctant to come with, like, we can basically make it look like she's been downvoted anyway. Like, I know she's supposed to be a voluntary target, but if she's reluctant to come with, we can essentially make it look like her job is over anyway.
Oh yeah, if she's reluctant to come with, that would be a useful tool. But I do think, for a first option, going with the Melton guy seems like a decent angle.
So once I explain or try and explain the office dynamics to the rest of you guys, do you just suggest that I contact this Melton guy, or?
Well, I suggest we contact her directly first and see if we can go that route. And if that hits a dead end, then we can go other routes. Plan A, B kind of situation.
Yeah, if the only sort of watch on the comms is other people, then contacting her on the phone might be a good. Yeah, that would be a decent way to do it.
So what's a good way to set up this initial contact? What's a good thing to say? Good way to phrase it?
I would say something like,
Because given that she's being monitored, we don't want anything that'd kind of like be a red flag for.
oh, does anybody have any information on corporate security? Anyone know anything about that?
I kind of would, I guess, but not a huge amount.
So maybe you can use some lingo that only a corporate risk assessment person would know about, and kind of encode the message.
I don't even think we need to do that, because we could very well go. Someone really needs to talk to you. They think your ukulele skills are silly. That's what I remember of the inside joke. But like, if we drop something about the inside joke or about kind of hint that we know of the girlfriend, that would get her attention up, get the fact that that person needs the conversation, and hopefully get her to have that conversation with us.
I have the codes knowledge skill that I'd like to use, if possible, to try and come up with a message that she'd understand but would be unobtrusive to anyone who read it.
So, imagine like a phone call. It's more her voice would, and she'll be aware of her office environment, but there's effectively no privacy. Any of her replies would be. It's not so much the information you guys are sending. That's like they're not hacking her account. They don't see what's sending, but anything she replies, and basically like whenever she gets a phone call, there's one of her coworkers asks, "Hey, who are you talking to?" And she'll have to make a con against other skilled con detectors.
I was thinking more of a message than an actual like voice conversation. Like a written.
That works too, but there's still so mechanically what's going to happen is that she'll have to lie to a coworker. Basically, just imagine the most toxic office environment that you can imagine, where whenever you get a notification, it's like, oh hey, is the client did the client email you?
Did she ever out of her social media? Did we ever see that she goes out to maybe like lunch or dinner or something like that? Lunch, preferable, outside of the tower.
Yeah, she has social engagements outside the tower, but the end goal needs to be supporting Horizon. Otherwise, Downvote City happens.
Did she have anything she goes to regularly?
Not particularly. She's a high-end executive and needing of basically add 24/7 service of Ares.
Maybe someone could add their leadership to the message to tell her what to say if someone asks her about the message.
Yeah, that's that's what I would have done. But also another possibility is we lie to her.
Yeah, that'll work. If you lie to her and you convince her, although it's risky, you potentially can get off on the wrong foot.
So you want to just? She has an office, right? Like a traditional enclosed office.
I don't think she would, given Horizon culture, would she? Have a traditional.
Well, she's an executive, right? Even even in the most open plan offices, the executives have.
Well, given that there are people that are like nearby to like monitor her and go like, oh hey, who's that message from? She's probably not like in an enclosed office.
Yeah, the book Market Panic describes Horizon offices, and it's the team leader sits in the middle of this here. Let me draw a Patent Burst Crackby drawing. Their offices are a bunch of these style desks with the team leader in the middle, and the rest of the team around them like this, and just designed for this high school environment, sort of back talking to each other.
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah, that's basically, and I think you guys have pictures of Horizon offices. That's you see. It's not even she doesn't. The address you have isn't even an office number. It's table number this on floor 8, and the whole fragging floor, even for even at just below the sea level thing is just open office.
The reason I think lying to her might be better is because, well, it depends whether we think she's a better liar compared to the rest of the group than Dolos.
I reckon we're better off trying to apologize later for deceiving her than trusting her her con skills to stand up to scrutiny.
But you wouldn't necessarily have to lie. Just say something like, this is corporate security. We need you to go to this location for further instructions.
We could
that would be a lie, wouldn't it?
Well, technically, but it wouldn't be something that would be,
Do you know what we could do? Technically not a lie. An old client wants to arrange a meeting with you at a certain location.
Yeah, it wouldn't be something like your grandma just died. You need to come home quick. It'd be something innocuous that would not offend her.
Yeah, it wouldn't offend her if it was a lie, but it would still require a contract.
Like an old client wishes to discuss reviving a previous business arrangement.
Yes, that would technically true, but also would kind of look good in front of the other guys. How does that sound?
That would work.
And
Just
Burst,
give me 1 second.
just because of descriptions and matrix chatter, just the commanding, the authoritative tone is described as adepts with this power can speak in a way that immediately makes people want to believe them and follow their orders. That still don't work with matrix?
You should thread it. I'm going off my own calls right now.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, it works on Matrix.
Yeah.
It's just weird because magic shouldn't. Magic doesn't work with the Matrix, but if the magic is helping your ability, then it's more like you are actually able to do the thing better. But then you have to ask. Because you have to dive into the lore of all the adept things, and that's why we have a mechanical team.
I understand. Still, it helps to ask.
Yeah. But from now, yeah, I'll basically rule in your favor until we get a final ruling.
So, is it okay if I go with that then?
Yeah.
And for the rest of the group, if I try and convince her to come with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I attempt to just make sure that so I can't think of a particular matrix action, but can I attempt to just make sure that no one is tracing the, or either that, or you just I can just give you my cyber deck and you can make the call on that.
Damn it. Sure. So you can make her perceive her comlink.
Can I assist?
Okay.
Sure.
Can I leadership them?
You can leadership the leader.
Leadership the leader.
Leader of the just hold on.
Did it? You have done? You get an extra 7 dice. Extra 11 dice in total.
Okay, so
Limited by your skill, of course.
I think I subtract 2 because
You're on sleaze instead of running silent but non-hot sim. Dice mage.
yep. Okay, there we go. Oh, what?
All right, you can ask me questions. Since you're new to decking, I recommend asking, are there any marks on this device?
Yeah. Okay. Are there any marks on the device? And
You sort of you peer into the horizon grid. In fact, you sort of transfer fully into horizon grid. It's your perspective goes to this California pier with the sun perfectly setting, and you feel artificially happy. Like the sun is radiating on your skin in a way that makes you feel really, really happy to be here. And I think that's when we cut to another perspective where we see this who did I call the competitor in the office? It's not Kathy White. It's not.
Dale Melton.
Yeah. We see this orc with the horizon pin sort of walking up to the most obvious decker you've ever seen and pass a cred stick and he says, "Kid, you know you're fragging frags if you don't do this for me. I'll port you to internal security and your whole fragging life is over. You'll tell me every slotting phone call, every detail, and give me hourly reports. You understand, kid?" Like this decker He's sort of like Judson Punk, but it's like punkier, but it's crying. Like nods his head very rapidly. And the orc says good, and then turns and walks away. And that's when we cut to you, and that's when you see the device does indeed have marks.
Okay. Can I?
Damn it! You guys reveal my trap card.
How many marks are they? Like 3 or?
This is enough marks to snoops. I think 2.
Okay. I'd like to erase those marks. Oh, actually, no, I can't do that, can I?
No, you can erase marks.
Okay,
Let me just. I'm pulling up my cheat sheet. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. What's the roll for that?
Because, like, I can technically do it, but I need marks on her persona, I think.
1 second. Stand by.
Erase mark. You need 3 marks for that. It's an attack,
And the
mark
target.
manipulation,
You're moving.
computer plus logic versus willpower plus firewall.
Need 3 marks on target. You're removing marks from marks on whomever mark the target. But is it an attack against the? Hold on, let me pull up the core rule book.
It's
This
239.
this is sort of a unique action that we're encountering. Although does anyone want to spend a point common sense?
I'll spend a point of common sense.
Something you do is say, "Man, we have an urgent business matter, but in order for the security of this conversation, do you mind restarting your device and we'll call you back and calling us back?"
I will mention that to the rest of the group.
Cypher feels very stupid when that didn't immediately occur to him. But he says, "Yep, that'll work."
So anything else we need to do before we make the call?
There's no. What's the rating of her device?
It's 7.
That's a pretty good decker.
Is she using a comlink?
Comic, yes.
It's a rating 7 comlink.
Yeah, the
Caliban.
Well, they won't
yeah.
crack that again in a hurry, so I think we should be good.
Pretty sure the Fairlight Caliban's 7. I might be misremembering. Yeah, it's 7.
It is 7, yeah.
So I know the device rating scale only goes up to 6 in the core rulebook, but CGL has published up to device rating, like, one of the adventures has a device rating 10 comlink in it.
It's
Are
just
you?
the Fairlight Caliban technically breaks the rules of physics, but no one's really looked close enough to realize.
Yeah, but 7's like, oh, I can deal with 7. Like, just a random slaughter has a device rating 10 in Shadowrun mission. I should have actually council explicitly say missions isn't valid rules here, because there's some crazy shit in missions. But yeah, the 7, it is high, but that's the highest it will go, at least here.
It is higher than prototype military technology.
Cool. Anyway, I think we're good to go.
Yeah, if you need help hacking, I can have my person. What do you call it? God, the agent do it. I can have my agent help you.
Okay, cool.
So,
All right. Do you want to make the phone call?
mm-hmm. So, Dolos gives her a call.
And she'll pick up and say, Angie Hodge, what time are you calling? It's currently Saturday.
I'd say around 2 p.m., sort of middle of the workday-ish.
Um, Yeah, Ares is having crisis. I think they're working on weekend. They'll say pick up and say, Andy Hodge, how may I help you?
Hello. A business partner of mine wants me to deliver a fairly urgent message to you, but first, I recommend that you restart your comlink and call me back, if you would do so.
Is this a particularly sensitive nature? I currently have several applications running.
It is of a reasonably sensitive nature that we would not like disclosed to people who might be listening in.
Just say like, oh, for legal reasons, we must insist that you restart your device before we can continue.
And you can tell her that she can call back at a certain time whenever she's finished with the applications, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. For legal reasons, we can't allow this call to get to the wrong ears, and if you need to, you can restart your comlink at a later time and call at a time when that's good for you.
Okay. She'll say, sure. Actually, roll etiquette.
Okay. What about so etiquette?
Another point of common sense, please. Anyone?
Sure.
Mask your voice during this call. This person's sort of obsessed with finding evidence, and they'll use this recording to hunt down and find dirt. And you don't want your actual voice on there.
We should probably be discussing our voice for this call, guys.
You did that before the call. Discuss this before the call. I was thinking of my counter moves against you guys, and I thought of potentially successful vector. So that's why I called for common sense.
So would it be a good idea to just buy a decently high rating voice warper then?
Yeah. We're in the cyberpunk dystopian future. You can get that delivered by drone.
Yeah, I'll get a voice rating 6 one, because why not?
Yeah.
So etiquette?
Okay, yes.
No glamour, but authoritative tone and cool resolve.
Okay. Let's just say, very, very well, and hang up. Sort of cut to this. Oh God, Horizon. We cut to this open floor office, and like the guy immediately glares up, so like it's a 3-screen split screen. We see like the Decker listening in on these like World War II style headphones and saying sort of sending a text message. It's really weird actually. This what's going on here. I saw this on a TV show once, but like, so basically you have the screen split into 4 panels. You have your target, this orc, and then the Decker with the headphones. And they're all holding their comm links, and you see the text messages they're sending. And sort of like the Decker sends the orc, hey, so you just got a call, and they said, I lost my mark. And the guys, and the orc replies to him, well, fragging Rick get them back. And it's like, that's a fragging fair like Caliban. I can't just get them back without letting her know. And the orc says, just fragging get it done, man. And then the orc sends the text message to her, and it's like, oh, hey, I saw you had a phone call. A new client? And she'll reply, Yeah, it might be. It might be regarding that potential medical firm that we were looking into. Oh, how interesting! Are you leaving behind this project? No, just building leads so we can help some of our interns gain their own projects. Oh, how positive for Horizon! How positive. Um, and yeah, that's when we cut back to you guys. And like the whole time, they're making like these passive aggressive facial expressions. It's beautiful.
Sorry, I just saw the lines. It's more than art, it is. Just in case it will come in useful, Dolos is going to summon a Force 6 spirit. Force 6 spirit of man. Anything anyone else wants to do? Okay, so I get 4 services with it, and I tank the drain.
All right, the comment comes back online. I guess this Decker's going to try to get more marks as his hoops on the line. Apologies for so many NPC actions, but that's the main thread of this run is that there's NPCs fragmented with other NPCs. They're making your lives miserable. Apologies. He's going to try to do hack on the fly, hackless logic. Oh no, this poor NPC Decker just got racked.
Oh god.
Sorry, I didn't catch that burst.
So I rolled the NPC Decker, and now I'm going to roll her resistance. The NPC Decker got 2 hits. The NPC Decker got 2 hits, and she's going to roll her intuition plus firewall. But yeah, no, she knows like her colleague like buzzes around like, oh frag, I have a fragging. She screams in the office, oh frag, and like the group looks over, it's like I have someone's hacking me, and she'll shut down her comlink. And it's like go get internal affairs. She'll look at the orc, and the orc like goes a bit red, and she'll restart her comlink again and call you guys back and say, I'm so sorry. Perhaps it was good you asked me to restart. I'm currently getting hacked. Can we reschedule this call for later this evening? I have to talk to internal affairs and resolve this matter. I believe we're currently tracing the Decker.
I'd like to suggest over DNI to Dolos, see if she might be willing to meet face to face then.
Given the turn of events, would you be willing to meet face to face to ensure the safety of the information we'll be giving you?
It's a little busy in the office. How much time will we need?
It wouldn't be more than 20 minutes. Do I require a con roll for that?
No. Okay. Can we meet downtown in a? He says of a private nature. There's a co-working space I know of that rents out office environments. I assume you need a non-extraterritorial neutral space.
As long as you think it is safe from prying eyes.
Yeah, meet me at the downtown WeWork building.
When would this meeting be?
She's basically saying she's leaving right now.
Okay. Yes, that works. He denies the rest of the team if that works. Before he says that, he denies the rest of the team if that works.
Yeah, I'd like to roll Area Knowledge Seattle to know more about this location.
It's a co-working building. Essentially, a bunch of freelancers in the professional sense will rent out office space here. It's a real life company we work. But here, you basically know this level of detail about the WeWork build. It's actually a really interesting company. They're more of a real estate company than a co-working company. Um, the co-working just pays for the bills to operate the building and pay the tax on the land, but their money, it's a fashion company. Anyway, they have these like open, fully customized spaces, private meeting rooms. Um, yeah, you're probably going to. Yeah, you're probably going to end up taking one of these things. Sleek, modern building, secured by Emerald City Security.
How much would an office private room cost to rent for one?
For 20 minutes, lifestyle costs. And she's buying.
Okay. So that sounds good for everyone?
Oh no, she told you you're meeting there, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, just asking for the team.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, so Dolos is going to confirm that. Yes, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, she'll take off.
So will Dolos. And probably the rest of the team.
When she gets when we are all face to face together, I might use my cyber deck to jam local signals.
Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll begin anew.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I also have a area jammer rating 6 as well.
And I'm having my spirit kind of just watching, not inside the building, just watching the surrounding area. Uh, Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So, and I'm guessing she just arrives rather soon.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm guessing she's arriving fairly soon.
Oh, he said break, so he's taking a break.
Oh,
But I'm still
sorry.
here.
I'm gonna, yeah. So I think this is mostly in the bag, unless they send someone to tell her. But hopefully the spirits should help with that.
Well, out of character, I think we're gonna have to deal with another entity, seeing how she's been hacked.
Yeah, I have the spirit, the summoned spirit, and 2 bound spirits in case stuff goes really wrong. Anyway, I'm just gonna have a quick snack, okay?
Sounds good.
Bye. See Back. Who else is there?
I'm back.
As am I.
Decoy is here.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on DB, I think.
Sorry, I had to fiddle with my headphones a bit. It seems like each time it's on just long enough for me to say something. Anyway, I think it's good now. I haven't played Faces much, so... Any feedback?
Not really. I haven't played deck as much, so it's all pretty. It's all pretty strange all around.
Yeah, just it seems like I'm doing the RP thing. Decent.
Yeah, it's good.
Good thing. It's annoying how, like, if you want to have minions in Shadowrun, they're either stupidly overpowered or basically completely opaque and difficult to do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of middle ground.
I do feel it would work quite a bit better if it was the sort of you can only summon spirits up to magic +2 or something in force. Or something along those lines, or magic times 1.5 would also work.
Wait a minute, can't you only summon up to magic times 2?
Yes. But like a force drop spirit is something that a semi-prime opponents will have real trouble dealing with. So it's just
I mean,
very
hey, just bring out a force 12 spirit. And
yeah, just
that's
a literal high karma street sum in your pocket.
Well, the real limiting thing is that thing could actually kill you with Drain.
Yeah, but a force 12 you'll probably only be taking 4 physical.
It's double whatever hits it gets, so
Yeah, it would be getting about 4 hits, so 8 drain, which if you have 11 drain resistance, you're probably going to be taking 4 or 5 drain.
but it's unlikely to kill you. And if you
I think
feed,
I like the one.
you can just have it do the fight for you. You just need to hang back and let your
You don't need to roll dice once you summon the spirit. The spirit rolls everything for you. And you can just have this.
Actually.
Okay. So yeah, I assume you guys head over to WeWork.
seems like a good idea. I'll probably stay outside in my vehicle and I'll perform Overwatch.
Um, I assume that there's like security cameras and stuff inside this building.
Yes. Well, not in the actual rooms, but in all the common spaces. Yeah. You have a private office that's
And Psycho, can you quickly roll up the Sinskin face mask for me? If that's okay.
Yeah. What am I rolling for that?
or plus logic.
I don't know what that roll is. Just tell me what.
Software plus logic.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I missed. I'm push stock. Push my button.
Yeah, all good.
Right.
And after that, do I need to make a disguise test leadership by that?
So the mask will add bonus dice to your Pacific test, which I need to look up really quickly.
Are you satisfied with that, or I'll post edge it? If you want more than 4 hits.
I just want to take a look at how.
Beg your pardon?
I just want to take a look at the Sinskin face mask. So, with the bonus dice on the disguise test equal to the successes. Okay.
Just if you duplicate a software plus logic. It adds bonus dice to your disguise test.
And is that like leadership only up to your skill, or no?
No, that's straight bonus dice.
And the +4 is permanent, but the disguise test isn't, right?
The +4 is permanent. You can't change this mask once you. This face will look like this face forever and ever.
So do you want me to post edge?
It would be helpful if you think you have the edge and are happy to do that, yes. Oof.
Oh, sorry.
I'll probably be using my age for this, just to...
Who else is going in? Storm.
And I will be...
I'll go in. It's not exactly like super secure, right? You just walk up and don't look suspicious.
I mean, they won't take like. You probably won't be happy if you bring in like a really big fragging gun. But if you look professional and legit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing an expensive suit.
Also, you'll need a membership or a guest pass. But she sent guest passes to you all.
Does it look like they have like weapon scanners, or they just look at you? Sort of thing.
It looks like they have millimeter. See, the doors are sort of create a choke point that have millimeter wave scanners.
Just a quick question. Do you guys think I should... do you guys think I'll need any more edge or anything today?
You never know.
Are you guys happy with me using my 1 edge for the Sinskin face mask?
This is just for the sky chest, not the Simpsons straight fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So the
but
disguise
I'm
test...
just gonna walk in unarmed. I feel confident I can extract myself.
The disguise test isn't permanent then.
Yeah, the sky chest isn't permanent.
If you want, I could attempt to jam these scanners.
I mean, I don't think we're going to need to shoot the place up. I think.
I always like to have that option.
I don't have guns.
Well, if you feel confident you can, I will take my mono weapon with me. If that's concealed.
No, I'll just walk in as normal then.
Okay. No, you're not.
Without my weapon, but I will have my cyber deck on me.
So you are or aren't overriding the millimeter wave scanner?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay. So yeah, you all walk in. Ice Storm, can you finish your disguise check? Go ahead.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah, go
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Now roll impersonation as well to change your mannerisms, so it even makes you even less like you.
Do I get all my bonuses to this? Mortimer of London Coat, Authoritative Turn, all that?
That's a good question. Sure. Let's go with yes for now.
Okay, so that is plus 5. Five hits.
You hit? Okay, so you have a 4 total disguise. Excuse me, sorry. 9 total disguise. Alright. Hey, you guys walk in. And you see your target along with 5 other people. And she'll say hello. It's a pleasure to meet you in person, and shaking her head, and she'll list off her associates. Can you guys roll perception checks?
Would it be visual?
Visual, yeah. You said none of you are concealing weapons.
I am.
Oh, what weapon are you bringing in?
Mono.
That's
Does the monolith have any metal in it?
I don't know.
I suppose you could have the handle be plastic.
You got the little, you know. Oh my god, that's.
And yeah, I suppose it's not going to show up on the weapon scanner. Huh. Well played. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not certain what the mono wire itself is made out of. Like, it might be metal, but it's monofilament, so I feel like it's some sort of future composite bullshit. So
Yeah.
Might very well be sort of something carbon.
In that case, though, can you rapid roll your palming unless you... Well, it's a forbidden weapon, so I don't recommend...
yeah, I will roll my palming. I will also ascend, like, just the 5 people and look around.
Okay. You're dual natures, so you see that one is aware. Just see that one's aware, and the other 4 are mundane.
Hang on,
Let me see this.
see
Okay.
what
We can
you
actually
conceal.
this.
What do you get for conceal?
Just finish it off. Finish it off. Finish it off.
Sorry?
No, I'm just looking at how concealment. What? Yeah, okay.
All right. So yeah, you see one of these people. Now they need to roll their. Now they need to roll their what test is this? They are trying to blend socially into the crowd. So This would be a etiquette check. Yeah, this is etiquette.
Wait, is this an opposed social test?
Yes.
So I guess for this I get to add kinesics. No, sorry. I do get to add co-resolve and glamour.
You guys are able to pick up Ice Storm. You're able to
That's
pick up
5
that
hits.
5 hits. Ice Storm. You're able to pick up that
Oh,
three of the 5 people along the chart don't seem like they're office type employees. They seem to be acting their role as an office employee.
Sorry, if Mortimer of London Coat also adds that 6 hits.
Okay. Is nearly tied with the other. Rabbit, you see that one of these guys doesn't carry themselves as a office worker. It's like they're acting as a office worker.
All right.
And they are going to also palm some weapons on themselves really quick. You see that some of them are carrying.
And does it require normal perception tests?
No, it's same, holding the same results. So you see, Storm, that you got 5 hits. So 1, 2, 3 of them are carrying tasers and other some sort of weaponry on them, a significant amount of weaponry. And Rabbit, you pick out the number of them. I think 2. No, 1. You pick one of them that's carrying a significant amount of weaponry.
Do any of them have any cyberware? I got up to alphaware.
Yes, they have. Hold on, I'm translating their wear into thematically appropriate information. They have wear running along their spine and back, wear in their stomach, wear in their eyes, wear in their bones, and wear along their skin.
After I've done that, I will pop your native defender. I am just a normal person.
Oh, and one of them.
Going, still outraged.
One of them are. Someone said. Did someone say you guys can keep going, or? Someone say you have to go.
Nope.
I must have misheard. Where was I? One of them has nowhere, but is nowhere, but isn't aware.
Cypher is just like reading his emails, oblivious to all of this.
Dolos kind of glances around the room. Is it possible to tell the spirit I have bound to draw closer without expending a service?
Interesting question. If they're already on this plane, yes.
I mean, as in, I draw closer in the astral so they can.
Well, yeah, but if you brought them, as long as you brought them to the astral, yeah.
Okay. So long as I already bound them, yes.
Well, no, you can send your bound spirits away to their plane and call them.
Okay.
So as long as they're called here, yeah, you can do that.
So I just asked them to draw close in case something goes down, as they say.
Okay.
And so the in-joke is that our employer thinks that
The
ukulele is
targets is fucking silly. The ukulele, yeah.
So I ran a matrix perception. I believe my limit is 5.
Oh, sorry. I missed out quite a bit of that because my headphones went off.
I ran a matrix
Um,
perception. My limit is 5.
yeah, they're all carrying very nice comics, all of them. Device Ring 5 comics. Except for the Targets has a Device Ring 7 comic.
Would
Um,
any weapons pop up in matrix?
they're trying to keep their weapons hidden so you only see tasers on them.
Quick question. The in-joke we were told about is that our employer thinks that Hodge's ukulele is silly.
Silly.
Yes, the ukulele is silly.
And her name was Kathy White.
Yes.
I think we might not want to use the name though, just the in-joke. Because the others might know that it's a retired Firewatch operative, at which point things could get awkward.
Hey, as you're sort of standing in this office, it's actually really beautiful glass office. And as you guys begin discussing, she'll sort of start fogging up the glass behind you. So it sort of becomes a frosted glass cube you're in, with one of the edges of the cube facing the street. And maybe on the third story of this building here. And she'll say, will this conversation needs between just me and you, or can my associates listen in?
We would prefer for it to be between just you and me.
Okay. Yeah, so the associates will clear room, and in a way that says they're expecting Rabbit and Dice Mage to leave the room as well.
Yeah, Rabbit will nod towards Dollars and say, "We'll clear out as well, sir." And walk out with the rest of the security people.
What? No, they're totally just Horizon employees, not security. I would give you that impression.
And nothing. We are totally in the dark here. We are in no way extremely perceptive Shadowrunners. Shush.
Yeah, she'll say. So, what is this business? I apologize for the hacking as well. It's something that they're promising that the new version of the Matrix will be more secure.
Understood. Ex-client, the one that thought your ukulele was silly, would like to re-establish connections due to a change in situation that you'd like to bring to your attention.
So, it gets a little bit emotional when you mention ukulele. She'll look around and say, I knew Aries was lying about how she died, but I thought my previous client was dead. So my previous client still wishes to conduct business dealings, he says with pulling back tears.
So to say, but I am afraid they are not the kind of business dealings you can really conduct while still connected to a mega corporation, if you get what I'm saying.
She'll nod and say, she'll say something effective. I'm thinking. She'll say something effective. We can't let this. Horizon areas are very closely linked. We can't let my associates know, otherwise they'll begin tracing her back and we'll all be endangered.
How would you want that to be dealt with?
Non-lethally.
You want your associates to be found incapacitated and for you to disappear?
Just nod her head.
Understood. So Dolos is going to deny the rest of the group that she wants the quote-unquote associates incapacitated non-lethally, and if they need, they can ask for spirit help.
Stick and shock.
Robert will say, but deny. Alright, let's take these guys out. Quick, quiet, and lethally. We all ready?
Alright, give me the signal and I will be right there.
Hmm.
Will you need spirits? Question mark.
How many of them are there, Burst?
There are five police guards.
Robert will say, but deny. Keep your spirits on reserve in case we have to, in case there's some larger problems.
Understood.
Don't anticipate that we're needed, and they can sometimes have trouble with non-lethal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, this 4/6 Spirit of Man has Lightning Ball and Concealment.
Okay.
So Robert will then deny back. We're ready to take them out when you give the go, essentially.
How loud do we want to go on this?
I can attempt to. Those of them that have cyber eyes, I'd like to attempt to, like, hack those.
Do you think you could shut down their comm links?
Oh, and by the way,
like not for all of them, but one or
So
two.
there's
Yeah.
in Kill Code, there's an action called Squelch.
Oh, yep, I'm looking at it now.
You could potentially do them all. Vex, was that? Someone saying something.
Yeah,
I've
I'll just want to know when you guys want me to come in and how loud do we want to go on this?
also, Dolos is sending over all the things, all the weapons he noticed on them and all that. And also, should we ask the Mark for some notes on their abilities, or would that be unnecessary?
Or their abilities.
Yeah, like their skills, how good they are, what weapons they use, that sort of thing. Because she could probably give us that information.
Yeah, so basically convey that she's a social adept who can also body shift and is skilled in combat. She served in the Aslan Amazonian War as a. She says she has a special agent, but it's implied that she's saying she's a docking agent.
Hey, what?
One of Horizon's more elite social infiltrators.
So which one is the Dawkins agent?
The target. She
Ah,
implies that she's more than what she seems when you ask her for her skills.
But also for the skills of the guards, if they have any
Oh, the
peculiar
guards?
skills.
She'll just say sub-automatic fire, and hidden body armor.
Okay. So that'll
I'm
get
gonna,
for later.
I'm gonna swap around my attack and sleaze attributes.
And
Okay.
I'm going to help as well with my what do you call it, agent.
Okay.
Are there any cameras in the room?
Not in the room, but outside you see cameras, yes.
Should I cast invisibility on her?
Squelch. Sorry, I'm looking up these new kill code actions.
There's
Versus
so many.
Squelch. Okay, intuition. All right. So did you? So roll your first Squelch then.
Hang on. If I did denial of service, I could provide negative dice pool modifiers to like every weapon that they have.
Apply number of net hits times 2 as a negative modifier. Yeah, you could do that.
Would you guys prefer that I opened up with that, or that I just squelched there?
Probably Squelch. I think my main concern is them calling in reinforcements.
I'm also running a rating 6 jammer as well.
Wait, if you're running a jammer,
You guys are accepted. You can do that with a jammer.
But you wouldn't want to run it when things are peaceful, but you can turn it on immediately when combat starts. It's a free action.
okay, well, okay, if you're going to turn on a jammer, and if you mention that over DNI to me, then I'll, brute force to get some marks and then pull a denial of service.
All right. Are you going to fork these actions?
Hang on. Well, the initial test is to the enemy personal area network, and then depending on how many marks I get, I can then do as a I then automatically do to additional devices slaved to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that even needs to be forked.
Yeah, you don't even need the marks. No, fork. Fork allows you to do the attack against 2 people as a single action.
Yeah, but what I mean is you only really need to make one for denial of service. You only need to make one attack because you're attacking the personal area network. And
against each person. Each person has their own pair.
Oh, okay. I assumed they had their own network for all of them.
No, they're all each on their own pan. If they had a Decker with them, they would the Decker would carry a pan with all the team stuff, but they're just on their individual pans.
Okay, I'll target 2 of them that look like they're the most heavily armed.
Okay.
And if I can't tell that, then I'll just 2 at random.
The not aware is probably your best target. I think your character's aware that the aware is capable of sliding up via the astral.
Capable of what, sorry?
The aware is capable of doing astral combat against your dual natured.
Yeah, that's fine. But, so I will, before we go loud, essentially, I will sidle up to be aware. Chill in near them.
So one really answered my question. How loud do we want to go?
Well, I'm going to be using no strike, so... Oh wait, I'll pop Silos. It's okay, guys. So long as you're within like
So you
9
sound must be
meters,
the right game right now, and it doesn't have
you can
time.
shoot your guns.
All right. Let's do the hacking then. But that happens immediately before the combat.
5 hits.
All right, I'll activate my area jammer. And how am I gonna hack with the agent? I think it's 6 plus because it's rating
Does the agent
6.
have cyber combat?
Yes,
All right. So roll 12 dice.
12 dice. Okay,
And then you'd have to take off your noise penalty.
I have
You can accept
I can
if the SWAT was on.
yeah.
You can accept people.
So 12 dice. Now, do I get any bonuses for sleaze or anything like that? Or is
No,
that
it's
just the
12 dice.
12 dice? Okay.
All right. Roll 4 more dice. Dice mage.
So 7 total.
All right. You succeed on one. You succeed on the other.
So that's to their weapons, which is like a total of that's
A 6 minus 6 to their weapons.
but it's times 2, isn't it?
Oh dear.
So 12.
Oh, rip these guys. Oh, they got wrecked. Would you like to do it to the other two? The Aware seems they don't have any wireless on thing. Well, they have a gun.
I don't know if I have time before they are we considered in combat now?
I think like you're going to have one more opportunity. Like they're like going like basically they're in the moment of like taking out their comm links as they're getting notifications.
And agents are very, very fast in the Matrix, so can I get an extra roll as well?
Yeah. Jesus, what's your limit? Do you know your limit?
Oh, yeah, give me 1 second.
Is it the limit the attack?
So what's your attack rating?
Okay, yeah, so
Oh no, it's not obvious what's going on. Oh no. Oh no.
my limit is 8.
Okay, so 8. First cheese. Okay, so at least we have that going for us, guys. So the first one is at minus 7 times 2, so minus 14. And the other one, um, uh,
Are they suffering those negatives too?
minus 10. To both their guns. They have
Oof.
these penalties. Yeah. And at that point, like they're starting to realize that something goes wrong, so start turning to get their boss out of there, and that's when we should roll initiative. That's when Vex, you turn on your noise generator.
So there are there 5 of them in total?
5 of them total, yeah.
I'm gonna run for running, or roll for running.
What's your movement's really high as is. Like, it's only a 2-story building, and you're relatively close. The room's relatively close to streets, and you have agility.
My movement is 32, plus I just got 2 hits, so I believe that goes up to 34.
Yeah,
meters.
you're going to be able to run in there on your. You're going to use all your movement doing this, but you're going to be able to run in there on your first turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and everything 9 meters from me is essentially in a bubble of silence. So sound is going to struggle to escape.
Also, Dolos actually, if he can, orders the spirit to cast concealment on the entire group, because it can do that. The Mark and everyone else.
And then
Should we roll surprise at this point?
They are at -6 to notice, you guys. I helped.
I got 21 on my initiative.
Burst, are we rolling surprise?
I'm inputting initiative, but yeah, you're rolling surprise +6.
oh, surprise. Hang on. What's the roll for that again? Is it just a perception check?
Reaction plus intuition. Are you currently dual natured?
I'd have to be put surprise, put silence up, so it would have dropped to 80%.
Okay.
I think Dice Mage was 2 hits.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Do I need to roll initiative?
If you're just going to stay in that room, no. But your spirit does.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stay in that room. Actually, I will just roll it in case they need me to call down a spirit.
Okay. You also leadership as well.
It seems like overkill at this point, but I also have the instinctive hack quality.
Oh dear. So yeah, before combat, what hacks would you like to do?
I mean, I've kind of already done like pretty.
No, there's one aware who has a gun, so you know.
Oh,
you go get Mark's on. Aware, he's not full mage.
Wait,
But
yeah, okay. I'll. Where is the instinctive hack? Which book is that in?
Kill good. No, better and bad. Better, maybe better and bad.
I'm just trying to figure out what skills I can use. Cyber combat or hacking, I think.
I think it's like it lists out specific actions, learning skills.
It's like hack on the fly or brute force, I think.
Better than bad's in better than bad. Page 160. Does anyone have shoot first, ask questions later?
I already added it to mine first.
What's your final initiative?
My final initiative is 47. Very good.
Oof. Just direct.
Oh, by the way, I have an initiative of 9 right now.
Burst, I'd like to data spike the aware person's weapon.
Dice spike what?
I'd like to data spike their weapon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll data spike. Alright. Data spike is resisted with this thing.
Intuition plus firewall.
Okay.
Also, Decoy needs to do the roll for his agent to do initiative.
No, this is sure.
So agent is the rating plus 3d6 or something like that.
What ratings your agent?
Rating 6.
Agent rating 6.
I looked under agent and it didn't say.
It's in some weird place. I'm just looking up the value in here lab directly. Come on.
I guess I could look under pilot program. It's the same
It's
as
7 plus 46.
7 plus 46. Okay.
It's gonna be actually no, I'm doing that wrong. It's your data processing plus the rating. So data processing of the device it's on, plus the rating it's on. So 6 plus your comlinks, or rather your Dex data processing plus 46.
Okay, so 6 plus 5 is 11.
So 1146. And data spike against that. So 3 net. What's your you're going to apply 3 net 1 matrix damage for every 2 hits.
So my attack rating is...
Sorry, attack rating plus 1. Yeah, so what's your attack rating?
So my attack rating is 8, and then I have hammer active, which means plus 2 DV.
Okay.
Everything.
Plus another 2 from net hit, so 12. Resisting 12 damage.
Yep, device rating plus firewall.
Oof. Yeah, this dude's gun just explodes in his coat pocket. Seems very uncomfortable.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay. All right. Rabbit, it's your turn.
Alright, so be aware I'm in a nerve strike. I first have to rapid draw actually. Sorry.
Yeah. You succeed.
I keep them.
Alright. I need to check my surprise really quick. This guy fails, so rip him. And then the aware passes as well. So yeah, you nerve strike one of them. Or surprisingly coming down with a chop, 8 hits.
That will your reaction. So he takes a -8 to his reaction.
So when natural reactions augmented to 9, but is it like natural when natural reaction hits 0, or when augmented reaction hits 0?
I think it's the natural.
Yeah, I think it's natural as well.
I don't think they actually specify, but like from the reading through what the ability does, it sounds like it would be natural.
Yeah. Okay. That dude goes down.
All right. So, Rabbit.
Were you targeting the aware or the body? What's his body?
The aware.
Okay. So yeah, the aware goes down hard.
So Rabbit.
Oh, the aware. Yeah, the aware doesn't have any aware. So yeah, they're not augmented up. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was like, reaction. So Rabbit flicks her wrist. Her monolith goes out. She grabs it, and the weighted tip hits the aware right in the center of his forehead, like on a pressure point, and he just freezes up and falls down.
All right. The Horizon Bodyguard at 12. You see, what had happened was these guys only have 14 dice with their weapons here. So, from like a sling underneath their coat, they're going to simple action ready the weapon. Simple action fire at you, Rabbit. But unbeknownst to them, they're getting just destroyed with data right now. Could you please dodge 1 hit there?
Sure.
At full auto, at simple full auto, so -5.
Okay.
Yeah, the recoil gets like really unmanageable for him, so he like literally starts twisting upwards to the left, and he ends up putting some rounds in the ceiling. They're sticking shock rounds, sort of sparking the ceiling. Decoy's agent.
So my agent will just do whatever hacking weapon that can.
Okay. Sure, roll it cyber combat. Against a so just data spiking stuff?
Yeah.
Cyber combat, so intuition firewall. 3. So you take the device hosting your agent takes 1 matrix damage.
Okay.
Bodyguard -4. So this bodyguard turns to suit Dice Mage, but they have no dice. Sorry, not you, the player, your character by the name of Cypher. But they have no dice. So somehow, like, he turns and fires at you, then like traces recoil from that single shot, pushes his hand, so like he fires to the other side of you and just like utterly misses you. And that's what happens on that turn. Decoy.
So I'm running in there and
I have to run up some steps really quickly, but you're able to get there fairly quickly.
I'm gonna take aim and fire. Actually, I'm just gonna do a fully auto shot. What do they look like? What do I see with these guys?
They're wearing sort of business attire. It seems like the ones that have active have drawn submachine guns from slings. They basically look like Secret Service agents, essentially. They're in suits, but they have submachine guns out now.
I'll shoot one that hasn't acted yet.
Okay. One of them seems like they're having trouble. They're surprised. Would you like to shoot the surprise one?
Sure, that works.
Okay.
See, I am going to spin a point of edge to post. So,
Okay.
15 more dice. Alright, much better.
Okay, so that's what? That's 7 net.
Yeah, and it's what is it? The stick and shock. And I guess since he's surprised, I'll just do a single shot, and it'll be 9 stun plus the hits, so 9 plus 7. 16 stun plus AP minus 5.
He has 1 on his track, but you knock him down in the sense he filled his overfill track. You dealt more than 8 damage, but he still has 1 on his track.
Okay, and then with the simple action, I'll take cover behind something.
Okay. All right. Oh, this poor SOB. Oh, rip him. Oh, he's going to have a terrible time in the turn. Oh, no. Okay. Guard 2 at minus 12. They're going to shoot Rabbit, but again, unbeknownst to them, there's some jack going. So Rabbit, dodge at minus 5, 1 hit. Yeah. The recoil. These guys can't manage the recoil. It's weird. Cypher, your turn.
I'm going to move behind cover, and now I can't, like, you said that there were cameras in this, like, in the building.
This area, yeah. They're currently being jammed or not transmitting anything to the host, but there are cameras.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that, so I don't really need to do that after all.
Oh, was that 1 matrix damage I took after soak or before soak?
It's unresisted. Failing on attack actions unresisted makes damage. It's repairable, it's not a big deal.
I will use the I am the firewall action to give a defense test bonus to all allies.
All right.
Not that it's really necessary, but
hey, you never know when dodge pulls don't work out. Cool. So this guard at minus 10 here has wound penalties and then minus 10, but he has 1 dice. He's going to return to fire a decoy. Damn, he didn't crit though. So close. He just has 0 hits. Yeah. And suddenly this like shield icon shows up on you, and you guys are getting like real time target information. But I think like Dice Mage, I think your character is sort of like it's an exercise in just it's doing like a exercise at this point because like there's no active threat vectors. Like you're basically you're actively pulling data from every camera and your teammates, tracking where every barrel is aiming, doing like threat category stuff. It's just a really fancy algorithm. And like you do a heat map of the threat level, and it's like 0 everywhere. It's like this one spot where like basically have to like you tell the team, hey, don't put your forehead next to the guy's guns, and you'll be okay. And even then, you're not sure. It's like only like a 5% threat if they like put their head against the guy's barrel.
Yeah, I send like an urgent message through DNI to all of the other members of the team not to do that. That's my turn.
At this point, if you stayed still and put your head up to the gun, you'd still have to somehow try harder to get hit.
Yeah, this decoy, this guard tries to aim at you, firing, and the round just doesn't even land close. Delos, your turn.
Delos is just going through DNI, and I shout, "Go, guys, you got it!" And try and leadership them.
What are your leadership to boost initiative or to buff someone's action?
Actually, yeah, I'll use it to boost initiative.
Alright. Every 2 hits will increase initiative by 1.
Yeah, guys, you got it. I'm proud of you. Bullying these poor guys.
Alright, everyone's initiative gets bumped by 2.
We're basically like SEAL Team 6, and they're just like rent-a-cops.
It is as if SEAL Team 6 was tasked to like steal a beach ball from some literal seals.
Yeah, back at the top. Rabbit.
Alright. I will go after the nearest Horizon bodyguard that isn't already hurt, and I'm gonna no strike him.
Isn't already hurt. Okay. Jesus. Well, that's 10, but still not enough. Dude hits the ground.
Yeah, so Rabbit, I think this time has the weighted tip like hit him in the middle of the chest, and he freezes up, falls face forward.
He knocks over a potted plant that's on a sort of coffee table, a decorative table. Yeah. But it's really weird because it's silent.
You can hear everything in here. It's just the barracks.
Oh, right. Got it. Decoy, your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take another shot. Is anybody still like up and standing?
There's 2 guards up and standing, and the one guard you shot before has 10 out of 11 track. They're on the ground, sort of wincing in pain, but still holding your gun and aiming at you.
Alright, I'll take an aim at him and put him down.
Alright. Whew.
He
Would you like to-
dodged.
Yeah, he sort of rolls on the ground. Like after rolling fully, he aims the gun back at you.
Alright. I'll take cover again. That's it.
Was that a dodge penalty there? Were you imposing dodge penalty?
No dodge penalty.
Okay.
You get 4 bonus dice to your defense test.
No,
Oh, do I?
No, I'm talking to Decoy.
Oh, I'm shooting
this
at
was
him.
he was shooting me.
Yeah, I said now that I think you said that he was going to shoot now back at him.
That was just narrative positioning. He's out of initiative.
Yeah, gotcha.
Um, Bodyguard at -12. You see, what had happened was he's still really pissed off at you, Rabbit, but he has no dice. Oh, this is what I was shooting. Sorry, he's trying to shoot you. This guy like walks up to you, gets real close, like pushes forward, and again just like recoil out of control. It's a bit scary because like this guy got up in your face, fired, and still missed. Do you trust the data, sir? You guys there?
I'm here.
Do you trust the data for your safety as this guy pushed forward, or do you freak out?
I'm confident in my own data.
Okay. Decoy's agent.
Alright, I guess he'll go ahead and try to do another bricking action. Four hits this time.
Jeez, I'm sorry. You take 1 more matrix damage.
Okay.
That's a silly roll. I'm sorry. I have 5 hits on 9 dice and 5 hits on 10 dice. That's absurd. Sorry. Yeah, your device sort of like you start hearing a bit of hissing from your device as it takes more matrix damage. Nothing too serious. Just like a little. Have you heard a capacitor go off?
Yeah.
Just sort of like this thing, like can't make. But it's like this hissing noise and like a pop. It's sort of like a firecracker. It sounds like a firecracker, but
Yeah, I've done it before.
yeah. So yeah, that happened. It's not a big deal. Just slide around new capacitor.
I can repair it afterwards.
Bodyguard 2 at -12 is going to Rabbit. Can you please dodge -1 at dodge -5, sorry. And this guard, as they fire at you, Rabbit, is also pushing forward. Are you there, Tech?
Yeah, so I get an extra 4 dice to my defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, it's at -5.
SEAL Team 6 against SEALs. Who would win?
Cypher, your turn.
I think like this constable in and off with the mono amp is something ridiculous, just like completely unthreatened.
Yeah. Cypher, your turn.
Cool. I will the bonus from my previous I am the firewall has now ended, so I will just do that again.
Okay. Cool. Back to the top, Rabbit.
All right, I'm gonna strike the next one that's still up.
All right. Oh, okay. So you get 5 to your defense bonus, and this guy's going to die. And you have reach 2. He just drops to the ground.
I'm surprised they're not trying to punch us or something. Seems like it would be more useful at this point.
There's no indication that that's the error method. They just think they're shooting bad or something. I think they're starting to catch on, but like, it's probably next combat pass, so they'll switch tactics.
Would they still miss if they tried to hit them with the sort of pistol with them? Would that still result in them horribly missing?
I raw yes, but no. Literally the yes but no meme. Where were we? Decoy.
Alright, I'm sick of this dude. I'm gonna do a full auto long burst.
Oof.
And that's gonna be with an aim action. Finally.
You can't aim. You can't aim in complex auto.
It's
Don't
not.
do it.
It's simple.
Okay. Good.
It's a long burst. So that's -5 to his defense.
Okay. -5 then. So that's 2 net. Sorry. So he had 2 hits. So that's 6 net.
6 net. Alright, so that is like 32p AP minus. Oh no, hold on. 9 plus 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 15 stun, AP minus 6.
He's finally gone
Or
to sleep
AP minus 5, I should say.
as his body goes slack.
Yep. And
Your
that's
agent.
my agent is going to try to do this one more time. 2 hits. Let me edge that this time.
Okay.
This is terrible rolls for my agent.
You're currently looking at 1 matrix damage, but you can edge if you want.
Okay, finally.
You're right.
Jesus.
You do 3 matrix damage to the guy. So the guy who's still standing, his gun starts sparking. All right. And if he had initiative, he'll throw it down at this point. But yeah. Anyway, back to the top once again. Rabbit at 19.
Alright, the last guy, I'm just gonna know it's not gonna begin. It's working well so far. Okay, alright, I'll first edge that.
Oof. Oof. That's oof.
Wait, so that's... No doubt.
Yeah, this guy, like, he's realizing, like, he's sort of like looking at his gun doing maintenance, and like he looks up, and the last thing he sees, like, your that weighted metal tip hitting his forehead. Imagine.
Yeah.
It just like goes down hard.
Of course, he's still conscious, just paralyzed.
Yeah.
They're not having a good time, are they?
I think Tech, your character knows that given the mission parameters, you'll have to make it seem like this is an unwilling extraction, at least until you get out of eyesight of the paralyzed people.
This is a what?
You have to make it seem like a
Unwilling.
Well, there's paralyzed. Silence is still up. Rabbit's gonna take out her Ares Predator and just shoot them with stick and shock until they go to sleep.
That works too. Nap time sponsored by Ares. Okay.
One quick question to do with the cameras that are being jammed. are they actually still recording? Just not like just that the feed isn't getting to the like security station, or are they like actually inoperative at the moment?
So it depends on what the camera's programmed. I imagine WeWork is sort of. I don't mean to drag WeWork's name through the mud, but they kind of on the cheaper end of the spectrum. So I think they went with the crappy consumer grade cameras that only stream, that have very limited onboard memory.
Okay. Because if need be, I'll hack into those and like edit file to make it look like we're dragging her out against her will.
So with the jamming, it looks like it looks like the cameras just went offline.
Okay, cool. Doesn't matter then.
Okay. All right. So I assume you guys get in Vex's car and GTFO.
And we're all concealed, and she has invisibility on.
Yeah, she'll comment the fact that it took you guys 3 seconds to take out all of his bodyguards. She'll raise an eyebrow and say, "You're all very efficient, I see."
Yeah, and I'm gonna change my spoof chips and morph my license plate, change my chameleon coding, all that good stuff.
Well, you get what you pay for.
How much time?
will like preen a little bit under the compliment.
How much time did this all take in total?
Extra combat 3 seconds.
No, I mean the entire round. In game time.
In game time, about an hour.
By God, I will collect all the domino titles.
I suppose, yeah, you guys have earned it. If you want a team name like Dominoes of Extractions, that's you guys speed run a extraction.
I will collect all the dominoes.
How much new did I say I'll give you guys? Is like 10, right? It's 10.
Yeah, 10K.
Yes,
10K,
she also said
and
we
then there was like some kind of contact
favors.
promise.
So yeah, you guys. So they're X Firewatch. That's probably X Firewatch is probably connection like 5. So so 1 second. So where is it? GM rules, threats. You guys get. Sorry, I'm tired, so I'm not able to do math. 10 cards. Or a 4/3 contact X Firewatch, and let me know what type of X Firewatch contact ones, and I'll see if I can work something out.
So it's 10 karma, or
Subtract. I think that 4/3 is worth like 7 RVP.
Okay. I'm probably gonna go for the karma because I already have quite a few contacts.
Just let me know if you take the karma contact. Cool. Thank you all for running. No problem. What's the next run I'm doing? 16 UTC. When is that? That's